welcome to this webinar. This topic is cost of basically through e-auction for SMEs. So the speaker is today is Dr. Saraswat. He is a pioneer in e-auction. He has done many pioneering work in e-auction related area, and he worked for various companies, and he is advising many companies. So he had a fantastic background. He is now a MD and basically is heading the consulting role in various organizations. Basically, is MD of a global e-auction, and also he is chairman of Indian Institute of Plant Engineers, and he was ex-director in global steel related, and he is also advising many companies, big companies across the world. So we have a fantastic speaker today, and IPQC is basically organizing this. We are very happy to invite you all to this event, and IPQC is a focuses on MSMEs, MSME productivity improvement, basically supply chain related, quality related. We also closely work with the Government of India and QCI, Quality Council of India, on various projects related to cost reduction, related to lean implementation, related to quality improvement, that related scheme also we associated with the various organizations. So, with a brief introduction about IPQC, I will just hand over this to Dr. Saraswat, basically to start this session. So in between, if you have any doubts, write on a chat box. We will try to basically answer those through our speaker. And if you have any special questions or something, you can write to us info@ipqc.in. So we will forward that to Dr. to get a reply. And you will be handling this session. And sir, please go ahead and initiate, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raju. It's my great pleasure, and it's also my pride that I'm addressing this August list of the participants who are already the leaders in their respective areas. And to address such gathering, it's a matter of true proud and privilege. And therefore, I would like to thank everybody, including I would like to express my gratitude that you are sparing some time. But I can bring you to a different world. And the world is that if you look at the centuries back, people were moving through the bullock carts, and they were at the snail's speed. But as the time has passed, the speed has increased. And one of the major attribution and the reason of this speed is electronic age. Everything is getting into the electronic mode, and therefore the speed is changing, the quantum is changing, the value addition is changing, the contribution is changing, and human beings are becoming almost like a robots. And if you see the latest technologies, particularly the launching of the AI technologies, now even to some extent our mind is also getting replaced. But fact remains that whatever the situations are, as long as roti kapda makan is the basic need of any person, likewise of any organization, the purchase, sale, finance is also like a roti kapda makan in any industry, in any organization, in any bank. in any commercial organization. So therefore, I would like to bring to a very famous statement by Bill Gates, and he has told very clearly that your business is not on internet, then your business will be out of business. Wonderful statement. It means we all have to ensure that our business is done at the highest speed available at any point of time, and that is the internet. And today, with the addition of AI, the things are getting much more simplified, much more easy to do the things, and everything right from your day-to-day statement to latest, even in the commercial area, it is revolutionizing. It means what is required to tune with the management of change. There is a rightly statement that if you don't change yourself, then you will perish. And something which is constant is only the change. And today, in the any organization, the change is e-commerce. So we have to fine tune ourselves. And one of the major area of doing the business is e-auction. E-auction and e-commerce, these are the synonym words, but e-auction is a very specific activity, but e-commerce is also part of it. Or you can say otherwise that e-commerce and e-auctions are supplementary to each other. So without the knowledge of e-auctions, today your organizations are lame. And therefore, it is essential that let us try to understand the implementation of e-auctions, what are the e-auctions, how we can gainfully utilize the e-auctions, how your life in industry and organizations can be simplified by enabling the e-auction as an organization. So, what is e-auction? In fact, this e-auction is a just replacement of something which was there as an auction. But today, by virtue of getting e-auction, it has gained its popularity by virtue of many benefits and advantages. And the one of the most important advantage is the transaction being very fast. It's all right. Even if it is faster, it is at highest speed, but if there is no transparency, then possibly you lose the interest and you lose the importance of that activity. Therefore, e-auction is a very transparent activity, and which brings you not only the best prices in a bidding process which is transparent, and it brings the bidding online and a competitive environment, and automatic decisions are taken. Therefore, I would like to caution and suggest and recommend that let us try to understand the scope of the e-auctions, how the e-auction can be useful for your organization. I was just talking to one of my friend Adil. He's head of the one of the bank, and today banks have got so much NPA, and if they are looking for disposing these NPAs efficiently in an effective manner, what is required? Can they look forward for buyers? No. But I, assets are auctioned through the electronic, but also the best prices are recovered. So therefore, e-auctions scope I will be trying to explain in such a manner that is applicable to A to Z. In fact, I would like to go a little bit back in the history very briefly, that I'm one person and I'm out of few persons who started e-auctions in this country. And we basically, when I was joined at the Steel Authority, till 2000, we started e-auctions, part of the another company, which is a Tata Steel, because by virtue of being a huge and enormous amount of disposals, which were not very transparent. And since then, this e-auction has taken a leap. And today, you can see those organizations which are not on e-auction, they are losing very heavily. And therefore, whomsoever is connected right now on this forum, I would like to make it very clear that please take forward e-auction as mode of doing the transaction in your organization. If you are not doing it, then possibly it is not the right mode, and you are not reaping the true fruits of your organization. But also, I would like to touch upon that these e-auctions is a improved version of the auctions which were being used at the different locations, but it has lot of restrictions. That was also one of the mode to get the better prices. But e-auction is certainly proven tool to optimize your prices in any manner. Now, why e-auctions? I have touched upon already that it brings the transparency. Your left hand, what it is doing, your right hand doesn't know it. Likewise, who is leaking out of your business activities, who is doing mismanipulation and mismanagement under the table, you are not aware. Therefore, e-auction is something which eliminates this totally. It also discovers the best prices because it is an online bidding, and all the cards are to be opened up by all the participants, that is bidders. Therefore, it is a very, very best price discovery system. It also saves a lot of resources in terms of the manpower, automation, as well as the expenditure is reduced. The online e-auctions are giving you a continuous comparison of the prices. Today, in the era of the AI, you can even do every kind of analytics through the e-auctions, and which will give you the prices where you are, how you are performing, whether you are in a better condition from the previous, whether you are likely to get a better price even in the future, what was your performance, everything can be. This is basically a mode which is a automation. It brings no papers. It means you are saving a lot of resources. And what is most important, that the boundaries are not restricted. Earlier, e-auctions or any kind of tender, it was limited only to place because there was a requirement, the transport, logistics, and whatnot. So many complications were there. But today, the e-auctions are made easy. Anybody sitting in the America or Europe or Middle East can participate in your business deals. Therefore, the whole world has become a small e-auction village, and therefore this is an opportunity for everybody to utilize all the possibilities what it can be done for the organization. Now, when we confine our discussion relating to the benefits of the sellers and buyers respectively, then you can see I have tried to make very brief points that sellers are getting the best prices because there is a huge competition taking place, and the process is so quick that within a matter of half an hour, the things which used to take months together can be finalized within half an hour or maybe 45 minutes. And that is the speed at which you are operating. It means speed brings the results, and results bring the benefit, and benefit means money. So your margins are increased, and the e-auction are contributory or enabling the profits of the companies, organizations on rise side. Transparency certainly is something which is required, and which is always, particularly in the Indian context, it is one of the most important thing, because the reliability of the employees is not always ensured. Therefore, the benefit of transparency has to be enjoyed by each and every organization in terms of getting the streamlined operations of the uh, companies. For the buyers also, the costs are reduced drastically. You see, when you are negotiating physically, you can imagine how much amount. Suppose there are 20 suppliers. Now you have a look that you try to get, you send inquiries to them, try to get quotations, try to investigate the technical suitability, and finally you are there to process the order, and it takes hell of time. The total lead time of the procurement increases like anything. And I know for sure the average lead time of many companies used to be 1 year to 1.5 years. Now, this lead time is reduced to months, 20 days, 25, and it is giving you very indirect benefit. That is, the carrying cost of the inventories has gone, the holding cost of the inventories has gone down, because of this e-auctions, your inventory levels can be optimum. You need not stock a huge quantity of materials, and therefore, it is very, very beneficial that your revenue, which is supposed to be logged in the inventories, is also going to be minimum, and therefore you are in a very good financial conditions. The suppliers are always there to give you the best prices by virtue of the competition. And this system is so effective and efficient that the lead times are reduced drastically. Now, the question comes, how e-auctions influence market prices? You see, there are number of, in any auction to be successful, what is required, the number of buyers and sellers have to be a very high number, which used to be much lower in the conventional mode. But today the competition is increased, because suppose you are purchasing a material which is worth some X value, you could have gone 3 or 4 or 5. There is always a physical limitation, but here there is no limitation in participation of the suppliers, and you can have n number of suppliers online for this 45 minutes, and your prices will be discovered best, and competition will be created. See, ultimately what is most important, that number of participants in the e-auction matters a lot. I can tell you there are many e-auction companies who are simply e-auction company. The tool is being used, but they are not strategic. And one of the strategy is that you should enjoy the brand image of getting maximum number of suppliers as well as buyers on your platform, with the possibility of participating in each and every organization's business requirement, and finally discovering the best prices. And therefore, even if the market conditions are not suiting to the procurement of these commodities or items or goods or services, but still, what is most important, that the competition takes place even in a scarce environment of the market. And what is most important, that start price and reserve prices are very important parameters for an e-auction, for which I will talk to you much more in details. Now, the type of the auctions, in fact, this is something which is revolutionizing every day. There are, I can tell you that the knowledge of the e-auction, if you want to get, I have authored a book which is named, and this is a unique book available uh, internationally. And the name of the book is A Practical Guide to E-Auction, 75 Ideas for Increasing Your Company. This is published by best publisher, that is Taxman. And another book the black and white of the e-auction also has come. So what is more important, that how you will use your e-auctions, unless you know the what are the e-auctions, which e-auction is to be utilized under what conditions, for what commodity, for what service, under what conditions it should be there. That is very important. Very briefly, in fact, one of my colleagues, Mr. Babeja, who is part of us, and Mr. He was GM in charge of Bokaro Steel Plant. He has, along with me, invented some e-auctions which are of very special nature. Secret auctions means, suppose you don't want to allow your disposal price or your purchase price to be known to anybody other than the person who is becoming either highest or lowest. We can conduct that kind of auctions. It ensures the secrecy of your price. It doesn't go to the market, and you are still safe to operate your business as per your requirement. But coming back to the point, that there are many kind of auctions already prevailing, and these auctions, knowledge is very important. I have referred you the book. It is available on the Amazon. If anybody is interested to discover more knowledge on these things, please get into getting one copy, and you will come to know that all kind of auctions have been very clearly defined and described there. Now, the important is that fundamentally there are some auctions which are named as forward auctions, reverse auctions, English auctions, Dutch auctions, sealed bid auctions, and much more than that is a bank auction, salvage auctions, gold auctions, property auctions, rank auctions, all kind. Dutch auction, I have already told you. So I will just talk to you very briefly about these things, because there may not be much time for everybody to, I mean, I need to cover a lot of material. The forward auctions are those auctions which are basically used for the selling. If you are having any item, then forward auction, you can sell, and the prices will go on forwarding. It will go on increasing. Likewise, the reverse auction is used for finalizing the contracts relating to the procurement and services of the goods and commodities, where the prices will go on reversing. And likewise, auctions are also designed item, whether procurement or for the selling. Dutch auction is a very special auction, and it is also used for some kind of auction in the various kind of stock. Dutch auction is something where you are keeping your prices one of the highest price. Let us say the item is only saleable at 50 rupees. You start with 70 rupees, and your auction is watched by all the participants. And when the anybody who is interested to purchase at the highest price, the continuous there will be reduction of the price. And at any price, anybody quotes even single bid, that is the end of the Dutch auction. It is basically used for the flowers in the Netherlands. So it means, what is the commodity, what is the nature of the sale or purchase. Accordingly, you need to decide the kind of auction, and it will be suitable. That's why it is very important that when you are using the auctions, please do not ask somebody to do the auction without knowing its applicability, its relevance, its scope, and its salient features, whether it is matching with your needs or not. That is a very important thing. Sealed bid auction is also one of the auction which basically takes just like a tender. Suppose you are not knowing the price of any item and you still want to sell it, then in that case, the sealed bids, just like a tender or online, is taken, and whatever the best price comes, based on that, auction is started. So you were not knowing what is the estimated price of the commodity or the service, but then by virtue of getting a sealed bid auction, you are in position to assess the market feel, and accordingly whatever prices are coming, based on that you can do. I have already listed some of the items, like forward auctions, all kind of auctions which are basically conducted in all industrial and banks organizations for disposal of any kind of material, including the items which are as per the regulation, government of India regulation. Then real estate also is through the forward auction. Reverse auction is for all kind of procurement and services, filization, AMCs, and all that. And reverse auctions are also conducted very, very efficiently. Both the auctions are conducted in the government sector very routinely, and these are becoming very, very popular. And every government organization is also doing Dutch auction. Told you IPO pricing. If you want to discover, the Dutch auction is the best. Sealed weight auctions, I have already told. Property auctions, I have told. Gold auctions also have become very popular, and these are accordingly conducted as per the need of the goldsmith people. Salvage auctions are mm, majorly on the vehicles, accidents, machineries, insurance items, and high value items. The salvage auctions are done. Bank auctions are very, very popular as a matter of. In fact, I would like to draw your attention towards these auctions. These auctions are the name based on the type of the auction. But what is most important, that the format in which this is conducted, it is changing from one auction to another auction, and that is very important knowledge for everybody, that what kind of auction, under what format, under what conditions this should be conducted. Now uh, I would like to touch upon that the e-auction can achieve you lot of benefits, including the price is uh, taken care in such a manner that any kind of collusion among the suppliers and buyers is also reduced. Because if you are purchasing any item from the particular area, then it is quite possible that some of the supplier can take a lead and connive. uh, Collusion can take place, then you are one of the biggest loser. But the e-auction breaks that, and it breaks to that extent that nobody knows who is participating, and therefore it is certainly very important that if you want to uh, uh, break the collusion system which is normally present in the local procurements and companies, then possibly e-auction is only the resolution. Now, the key features I would like to touch upon, that any e-auction which you want to conduct in general, it should have a secured, and it should be safe, and the real time tracking should be in a automated manner, must be monitored. Plate, it is also very important. There are number of e-auctioneers coming up with no particular background of technologies, not have the complete knowledge of the supply chain and operations, not having exposure to the risks and the problems which are there in the sale and purchase and international shipping. So therefore, somebody may be very, very cheap. So be very cautious, that do not accept any platform unless you are sure that the organization has got all the capabilities, capacities, knowledge, background, and also the strategies to maximize your, and based on that, the cost of or commission of that e-auction company is also to be decided and considered by you. And certainly you will see that the your price discovery will basically will be relating to your particular type of platform. If the platform is wonderful, having on the technical provisions which are required to be met for a efficient e-auctioning, then possibly you are likely to get a good price. But if same is not true, then you are going to be loser, though that will be e-auction. I would like to cite an example that e-auction is a tool, and any tool, when you use it strategically, then your results are much more important, much more discovered, and you get better prices, better outputs, better service, better delivery, and your conclusion of the contract is also very good. Likewise, in any organizations where you want to operate any kind of service contracts, operation contracts, works contracts, this all can be done through the e-auctions. It is possible that your import and export, because e-auction doesn't identify the boundaries, it doesn't identify location, it identifies only the buyer and seller's background. It's KYC. Therefore, your export and import can be very well organized through the e-auction. You can make your organization a e-auction enabled, and you can do by enlisting all these things. You please be very, very sure and confident that you can do each and everything through the e-auction. You cannot do everything unless you know the capability of the e-auction, and that is what I'm trying to give some exposure, that e-auctions are quite capable, are quite taking care of each and every kind of sale, purchase, disposal, and finalizing any kind of contract, as I have enlisted here. You will not get this kind of input from anybody unless somebody who has passed through the true pains of the industry, organization, and seen the real life situation in the life. One cannot imagine where the e-auctions can be applied. It is only possible when you yourself have experienced it, you yourself have seen it, you have tried to find the resolution of the problems, and therefore e-auctions can be used for all kind of contracts. This also can be very efficiently. Today, hundreds of companies are there, hundreds, not hundreds, hundreds of companies are there with us who are actually getting the transport and logistics contracts done. And you will be happy to note then the price reductions are quite enormous. I will like to cite you some success story, and that will give you a glance that how the your cost reduction is taking place in the transport and logistics without much efforts, with no lead time and wastage of the time. I would also like to expose you to a situation that suppose you are in the export and you want to finalize the transport and shipping for this right from your home place, that is your industry gate, to the recipient's gate. You can finalize the, which we have named this again. Our Mr. Babeja and me have devised this system, door to door, and this is our proprietary item. The door to door international transport auctions can be conducted. Everything relating to your forwarder, shipping agent, everything is done away. Only one person will be in control of your total international shipping, and your activity is achieved in a very efficient manner with total one responsibility. And this can be adopted very efficiently for not only simplifying your international shipping, but also to get better prices. Rate contracts, if you want to find out, there are large industries where lakhs of items are there which are supposed to be stock control items. Now, when you are going to finalize these items, you can understand what amount of resources, the time you need. But through the e-auction, you can just do it within few hours of time. And that is what it is very important for you to understand, feel it, and implement it. Annual maintenance contracts you can finalize, repair contracts you can finalize, and finally, what is important, any kind of contract you have, e-auction is there to give you relief. It will finalize your any kind of contract to e-auction. I'm sure This kind of confident statement you will not come across unless you know it and you can get it organized. What is important for ensuring that your e-auctions are successful? E-auctions can be made successful only when there is a clarity. Clarity brings better understanding. Better understanding brings better introduction and implementation of the contracts. And therefore, it is very important that I have many, many, many the companies, we have advised them they should amend, reform, and change the terms conditions according to the situation prevailing at that particular area or particularly for that organization. There are many companies which used to have only H1. And if your disposal is given only to one party, you are having, let us say, disposable item 4,000 or 5,000 tons of the item, and only one fellow is taking. We have started amending the terms conditions in consultation with the clients in such a manner that these are very effective and the implementation is very easy. So you can change your terms in such a manner that I will give 70% or 60% to the one H1. I will give 30% or 20% to H2 at the same price of H1, and I will give 10% to H1. This brings you a very flexible way of dispatching your materials to any client. Because if one backs out, you have the redundancy, you have got the spare availability, and you can still continue your business. So this is a small example. This kind of example can be extended to many, many terms and conditions. So if you are having the complete knowledge, knowledge, contract rules knowledge, then you can amend your terms conditions in such a manner that your present problems which are there are tried to minimize. It is possible in the e-auctions, but in a conventional kind of contract finalization, once if you have finalized it, sometimes it is very difficult to change it because it is changed and you cannot go on changing. But here you can change very frequently. I can tell you this kind of amendments in the terms conditions have yielded a lot of good results for many of our clients, and they are really not only happy but they are grateful to us, and we are proud to have such clients who are availing the expertise of the supply chain management for their benefit and with expressing gratitude to us by virtue of our knowledge. Finally, what is important, the technology of the portal is very important. Which technology you have, whether it is scalable, whether it is secured, it is robust, all these are very important. And if you are having IT background, some IT employees in your company, then you can always continue upgrading your technology, and you can meet the requirement of changed business requirements. It is also very important that auction training is required to be done before buyers and sellers are connected to your portal, and this is required because it gives a knowledge how they can do their auction participation without any kind of problems. Post auction analysis has become very important, and we are doing it very rigorously. And today we are using AI techniques. How, what was the price? What was the trend of the participants, bidders who have come there? What has been their pattern of the bidding? Whether anything better could be done, whether it is better than previous auctions, whether it has relevance with the present market, how much is the actual increase or decrease with a reference to every kind of, you please fix the parameters. The post auction analysis can be done with the AI technology very nicely, and I can recommend that all clients, when they are getting any auction report or they are finalizing any kind of contract, they must have a set parameters to analyze their, so that their company is benefited immensely, particularly for MSME. What Mr. Raju was talking about. You see, the what whatever I have told, everything is truly applicable for any small organization to largest organizations. Large Maharatna PSUs also it is applicable. It is applicable even for the government sector, right from your mines to any kind of assets. It is possible. It means the MSMEs also can take the benefit of e-auction. Sometimes MSMEs are required to be trained, to be developed, and the knowledge is to be imparted to them. I can tell you that your disposal, your procurement, everything can be done. It is also possible that uh, similar kind of MSEs can join hands and can aggregate the requirement, and finally the auction can be conducted to distribute the material or commodity or goods as per the need, and some kind of managed inventories can be organized. So this is a big concept for MSMEs. If some people from MSMEs have joined, please take a call. Let us discuss how you can take advantage of the e-auction through the e-auctions. You can also finalize rate contracts of A to Z, right from your day-to-day services, handling contracts, all kind of AMCs and whatnot. Why e-auctions optimize the price? This is something which is basically for the learners. I'm sure I'm having audience who are highly knowledgeable, having quite good depth knowledge of the e-auctions and implementation of automation systems in their management functioning. But still, I would like to touch upon that the e-auctions get you the best prices because you don't have any option that you don't open your cards. Your total margin in your pocket has to be out. Then only you can compete. Then only you can win. Otherwise, you are a non-winner. And non-winners are always the losers. So you have to really win somewhere. And for that, you have to forget your huge margins which you are hiding in your pocket. And this is a very important. And this margin comes to your client. And therefore, many of the parties are aggrieved because of this e-auction. But why they should get aggrieved? When e-auction gives an opportunity to them to expand their business in all directions, then they also should be very happy. And therefore, e-auction is not limiting its benefits only to one particular community or particular kind of business operators. It is using everybody on equal footing. Those who are participating and losing in the e-auction by virtue of opening the cards, they are also getting very high prices in some other areas, in some other industries. And they are getting expansion of their business. They could have not thought to supply the materials to the export companies. But today, the arena is open to everybody. And therefore, nobody should get disappointed, disheartened, or have a setback that they have to forgo their margins. You are losing margins here for the client, but you are gaining margins in some other areas. It brings a very, very serious competition, and that is what is required in the business. If a business is without competition, then possibly it is something easy. Business needs competition. Competition is because of heavy price discovery and finally beneficial to each and every stakeholder of the. I also would like to tell you that sometimes there is a unrealistic price achieved in the e-auctions. And my friends who are there listening, particularly those clients, those companies who are getting conducted, please have a sub on this point. When you in a racing, then you forget your identity. You want to be a winner. And that is the syndrome which buyers and sellers get affected. And sometimes the prices go much more unrealistic than at any point of time. And gentlemen, please be informed, be sure that if somebody is losing heavily in his business, he will die, but he will not be an easy man to be tackled. He will have dispute, conflict, he will create problems. So here is a suggestion for all the important clients to take a call that because of this syndrome, which the prices have gone very high or very low, then please take a call and try to adjust something so that your business continues. Because e-auctions can bring you this situation. But it is not common, it is just rare. But rare also to be handled. I have already told that the sellers and buyers are getting many, many opportunities. What is the most important and key functioning in e-auction? When anybody approaches, please ask that gentleman that please give me in writing that are you in position to give me a new buyer or seller in every auction? And if he commits, please take in writing, and then only you assure him your goods and materials to be sold or purchased. This is the key parameter. There are few companies in country, and they simply do the e-auction as a tool, but they do not add strategy. They do not use their resources. Possibly they do not know how to ensure that new buyers and sellers are to be every time added. And this is the true beauty of the e-auctions. If somebody is not doing, then he is not doing his job. Please don't accept it. And therefore, it is very important that you have to be cautious and alert for your business. Don't get trapped in the wrong hands. That doesn't yield you any bigger benefits. What is important for you to understand, I can tell you a negative of it, that there are some companies, they have got some scrap committees, and there are 2-3 companies I have come across, they fix their start bid prices just 5 times or 4 times, and they conduct the auctions. Auction fails, auction fails, auction fails, auction fails, auction fails. They go on reducing the start bid price. It is a funny state of affairs that such companies adopt this kind of policies. Please understand, your e-auctioning is only possible when your start bid price, because that is something which inches your auction. It is the key factor which is the most important element, and therefore this should be fixed based on a lot of parameters. I can have another session for you how to fix this appropriate and relevant start bid price. It is a very big chapter up in itself. What is important that whenever you are conducting auction, you must use end users, because they are reliable, they are stable, they are good in payment, they don't back out, and therefore always if you are a strategic e-auctioneer, then you must get the right users of your goods and services so that they become your permanent stakeholder, and they give you the complete convenience and ease of doing business. What is important for any auctioneer, that wider publicity, not only portal but also through so many, today is a social media. Social media can give you huge publicity of your goods availability, services additional availability, your requirements in terms of purchases, your service requirements. Please put it. And e-auctioneer must have the strategy and capacity to ensure that the requirements are highlighted at a very high level in terms of population, in terms of the in the communities and various kind of destinations. Database of the company must be very high. You should have not less than maybe 20,000 to 30,000 sellers and buyers. Then you can have a ease of business doing, you can really discover good prices, and that is a very important thing. What is important, that all the doubts, any kind of clarification regarding the specifications, about the quantities, about the various terms, conditions, must be very crystal clear. And that is the role of the e-auctioneer as well as of the client, to clarify each and every aspect, so that the person who supplies you or takes the material from you, he is knowing what he's selling or what he is taking. Sometimes these are very ignored areas, and it's a very serious drawback of the people concerned, that they do not give much importance on it. If you are looking for a right kind of price, if you are looking for the right kind of people to be connected, then it is very important that their terms conditions are very clear, all the doubts are clarified, demos are given to them, they are made at ease for participation with their background, and you get the byproduct as a good price. I would like to tell you that when you are participating in the auction, you must do huge homework. There are many people who do not do their homework, and they land in difficulty by virtue of giving unrealistic prices, or the prices which are not feasible. So they are going to be loser. And therefore, it is very important that homework should be done. This is another topic where I would like to take another session, so that all the parameters, all the possibilities, all the dimensions, how the preparedness by participating, because I know for sure that every one of you who is connected here, either you are participating or you are getting auction conducted. Therefore, it is a topic of the interest, and this must be covered much more in depth, rather than just covering superficially. EMD is a very important document which is required to make, just to make that the persons who have participated in the e-auctions stick to their contractual conditions. They don't back out. They don't, and EMD is a very important uh, thing which deters the parties who are not very serious, or those who are not uh, interested to do serious business. Therefore, it is a very important. I will not like to, because my presentation is very long, and therefore I would like to cut short. Uh, Preparedness is still continuing, and bidding process should be understood by them. Terms conditions should be very clear. Strategic preparedness is required, that they should analyze the market trends. This is part of the homework. Bidding strategy also should be, this is itself in a big topic, and I would like to cover it. Documentation and compliance is a very important thing. You see, there are many hazardous materials being disposed today, and if you do not follow, then you are likely to trap in the deviations, and you can have a serious penalty by the government of India or government of the state. Therefore, the regulations, compliances are very important. And who can do it? Who can do it? The persons who have passed through these pains, those people who have run the large organizations having the materials, normal materials, hazardous materials, chemicals, metals, or any kind of, all kind of materials, can understand this. And therefore, it is very important that not only the client, but also the all stakeholders of the e-auctions must have a complete knowledge. Otherwise, the business doing, not only through the e-auctions, but otherwise also, will be very difficult, and you may land in difficulty. In any auction, there are basically three stakeholders: buyers and sellers, they are part of the clients, and service provider, that is e-auctioneer, as Global e-auction Private Limited is e-auctioneer, and Global e-auction Private Limited is doing more than 148 largest companies of the country as well as abroad, including neighboring countries. And these stakeholders have to understand their roles, authorities, and also activities and jurisdiction. Then only they can be very successful. This is another area where we can take another discussion and make the things more transparent and clear to you. Who can conduct the auction? Auction can be conducted basically by the e-auction service provider. But some clients also conduct this auction, and I can tell you that the roles and responsibilities of service provider is very, 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 very important. And few of the points which I have taken here for your knowledge, that service provider is the person who designs your e-auction, which e-auction is to be applied, what kind of e-auction is to be, what time this is to be, what are the market conditions, what fee will be charged. It also takes the all coordination and communication with the clients, and a complete price data is supposed to be there with the service provider. He also has to ensure that publication, the rules and regulations of the auctions are very clearly defined for clarity of all the participants, and databases ensured that maximum number of participants are there in the auction. Service provider also has to ensure that e-auctions are conducted successfully, and the platform which he has designed has to have all the latest provisions to ensure that nothing is. I can tell you there are many, many clients who are very demanding, and they want to have their even the screen in particular mirror. They want to have the particular kind of report. They want to have the particular parameters of relating to the price, about the background, and everything. 100% transparency in a manner which is done in such a manner they analyze the results instantaneously, and this all is requirement and part of the e-auctioneer's job. E-auctioneer has to ensure that e-auctions are successful, and these all activities what has been portrayed on the screen are part of the e-auctioneer. E-auctioneer's role is the most important. If you are in the safe hands of the e-auctioneer, then you are a lucky person. If you are not using the right kind of e-auction, and then possibly you are losing something which you are not knowing, and you will not know also because it is hidden. I would like to make you cautious that there are some companies who are having their e-auctioneer portals as a company. A job which is not your core competence cannot be done efficiently by you. It is truly applicable in your case also. You are mismanaging your e-auctions. People will not have trust that you are doing your e-auctions because you can manipulate, you can manage the e-auctions, you can do some corruption, and even I can tell you even fraud if you are doing the e-auction by your own, and people don't have trust in you. Therefore, please do not accept this as a route of getting the better prices. You will be happy to have it, but you will be unhappy not to tap the true potential of the e-auctions. So better you don't adopt this. I have tried to educate some of my friends that how you should try to select a right service provider for e-auctioning. You should have your own criteria, methodology used at the best e-auctioneer. What is important? Please note down all these parameters. The auctioneer, that is your destination. The e-auctioneer is supposed to survive simply by talks or by talking and appreciating. One can't survive. If a horse have the friendship with the grass, cannot live long. Likewise, e-auctioneer also needs money to operate, to manage the things efficiently. And there are many criterias. These criterias I have myself researched it and come out, and every time I'm coming out with new way of revolutionizing the methodology of getting the support from the clients. So you would like to just have a look, and I would like to proceed because I have to cover content of the presentation. These are all different methodologies which can decide the payment to the auctioneer, and you can certainly like one and discard others. If anybody has got any doubt, we can personally discuss this point, and I'm always open to give my opinion, recommendation, suggestion, and even my own feelings that how you should do it. Very important. I have told that it is e-auctionable for each and everything, every good, every commodity, every service, it is e-auctionable. But the limitation is that you should have minimum 3 participants. And preferably when you are going for e-auction first time, don't try non-strategic. Non-critical it should be, and non-proprietary. I can tell you yesterday itself, and one of my friends, one of my well-wisher, head of the commercial, I was discussing on a Zoom, and I was told that they don't believe in the e-auctions. I asked why. Because e-auctions have failed. They have not given us benefit. It's a misnomer. It's a misunderstanding. It's a wrong conclusion drawn. You have used your tool wrongly, or the person who doesn't know how to operate your tool, you have allowed him to use it. I told them what demerits or the problems you are having with any contractual. Contract means money. Money means attraction. Attraction means problems. This is a Maya. Wherever Maya is there, problems will be there. Wherever Lakshmi is there, problems will be there. So therefore, please don't conclude that e-auctions are not the right move. And I tell you, there are few companies where we told them, we threw the challenge that, okay, you have got the impression, now I would like to change your, and we have conducted the auctions. And we have proved that e-auctions, and they are our now followers, they are our recommenders. They are the people who are talking big about e-auctions. Other day, Mr. Tyagi from Juari Group, his executive director was telling that we are having a bad opinion about it. We had a discussion, and I told them very transparently that this is not right. And I hope Mr. Tyagi must be there even now. And I have changed their perception, their way of thinking, which is concluded based on the wrong performance of somebody. So please don't conclude like this. E-auction makes your life easy. And e-auction gives you the relief. E-auction gets the relief from the portal. If your portal is right portal, if it has got the provisions to take care of all your commercial requirements in terms of the various parameters which are supposed to be ideally there, if your operations are safe and secured, if your portal is having the provisions of conducting all kind of auctions, you can go for it. You should have the auto bid system. You should have the AI application. You should be in position to see as an outsider whether e-auction is going rightly, who is participating, who is bidding without any intervention, how many people have come, then you get the confidence. And this is what the capacity of the portal is supposed to be. Simply by spending some money, and if you're gone for the portal and telling that we are the e-auctioneer, that is something wrong. Should we avoid it? Nobody should accept that. So these are few of the parameters which I have enlisted for your kind digest, that if you are looking for any excellent portal, please examine these all points which are there. You see, people take that cartel formation is possible. I can understand that if your e-auction is being conducted only in the 5 people or 10 people who are only located in one place and being controlled by somebody, there is a possibility. But this is a rarest of rare. But we have got systems to even identify them that this is a cartel formation is going. The IP monitoring and its availability on the portal will ensure and will indicate that somebody is doing some manipulation at some point. And therefore, you have to ensure that your portal is one of the finest delivery to the people, having all quality requirement in terms of ISO 9000, ISO 20000, 27001, with a repeated and routine checks, balances. You should have the relevant computer. It should be also certified by Government of India. Government of India people don't give just some certificate unless it is examined thoroughly, because they are the people who believe in systems, procedure, and policy. So your portal should be certified either by certain or by STQC, and then you can treat it that yes, this is the right website. All kind of tests are required to be done. Now question comes, how you will conduct. I would like to cover it very fast, very quickly, because I hope you should not get bored. So therefore, the forward auction is a very simple thing in very simple steps. Give the material to the e-auctioneer with the complete details, having all related parameters, including your terms conditions. This e-auction will be formalized by the e-auctioneer, and e-auction will be conducted on particular date and time as per your need, and report will be submitted to you. I have tried to explain many things which are part of the steps of the forward auction as well as of the reverse auction. So activities of FA post e-auction, these are also very important activities, and I think it will take a lot of time. But what I would like to share with you in nutshell, that every auction has to be analyzed how the e-auction has been there. Its performance has to be analyzed from these all parameters, and therefore it is very important. I have also tried to cover up the steps of the transport e-auctions which are enlisted here, and steps of the reverse auction is, again, I would like to very briefly summarize that any item which you want to purchase, it's a complete specification. Your suppliers, new suppliers will be added, and these suppliers finally will be brought online as per the flow diagram indicated, and finally e-auction will be conducted, and that will be the best price discovery. E-auction is a very important catalog. It's a legal document which is being prepared where all your terms, conditions, and e-auction terms, conditions are supposed to be there. It covers all the terms, conditions relating to the disposal, procurement, its general terms, conditions, special terms, conditions, and various kind of payment terms conditions, and also the conditions relating to uh, other delivery and other areas. Training and demo is a very important part of it. Every buyer and seller has to be demonstrated and to be trained on demo e-auctions. E-auction report and bid sequence is a very important one. And this, I would like to tell you that normally it is supposed to be given in 1 day time, but efficient e-auctions will give within half an hour. What is required when you are going for the e-auction, either as a supplier or as a buyer? You have to register yourself, and this is basically the KYC. You have to upload all your related documents so that your company KYC is assessed, and once if that is there, then you will be registered. And if you are registered, then you can participate as per the screen displayed, and you can log. This is one window which is indicating how you participate in the auction. You can see that you only see the price which is either highest or lowest. It means you are participating in this, and you come to know only the price, but who is participating in the back, you don't know. You only see the figure. And if you want to win in the auction, then by seeing this price, let us say in the case of the disposal, you have to increase your price. In case of the purchase, you have to reduce prices. And e-auction auctions will be closed minutes. If anybody gives any bid, then there is a provision of auto extension of the. Why these girls are moving? Okay, how can you why they are not listening? So this way, they can all come to know that how anybody is interested to win the e-auction will get the best price, and everybody will come to know that the price in the sale has gone highest this much, and in case of purchase, the lowest prices has been this. But as I told you, we also have got provisions that this price need not be there, and we can conduct simply secret auctions where it is important. Now, I would like to share some of the very successful stories which demonstrate what I have told. It justifies what I have reiterated. So, therefore, there is a lot of learning. The conclusion is that e-auctions are the best modes to dispose your prices. I would like to just touch upon various success stories. This is a success story of a purchase. You can see the aluminum price in the market price or approximate price at that point in time is 118 rupees. But it had reached to 110, and there is a reduction of 6.14. Even in an item like aluminum, which is supposed to be very common, this kind of, suppose you are having a, let us say 10 crores or maybe 50 crores of purchase of aluminum, you can imagine what amount of saving you are likely to achieve. You can see another success story here. I was telling you that e-auction doesn't basically restrict itself for anything. It doesn't identify the goods or services. You can go for e-auctioning of any item. Actually, chana dal, besan fine, besan ko, these are not industrial items. But you see the kind of savings they have got it. And this kind of auctions are taking place in huge quantities on a regular basis. 23% of the saving achievement is fantastic. It is unimaginable. But The rider is that if you continue your procurement through this mode, you will not achieve this. This kind of price reduction is achieved only in the first auctions. But in subsequent auctions, you get lesser and lesser procurement reduction price. And also, the most important is that you are never losing because you certainly get less than the market price, right? So this is a cautioning point that in procurement, there are some of our good friends who always want purchase auctions to be discovering price, huge price every time. Gentlemen, sorry, wrong notion, wrong misinterpretation, and understanding is not clear. That auction cannot go on reducing your prices to indefinite. Somebody is not going to give a even low price much lower than the market price. He can raise his prices. So you get the best prices. This is what a very important thing is. This is a demonstrating another success story of purchase. And you can see one of the company, DG sets, what amount of procurement. You see, if you want to purchase cables, DG sets, consumables, many spares, raw materials available in abundance, spare parts, and the fuels, you can get very good quantity reduction. This is a very good example. The date is also, you can see, 17 to 25. This is the kind of reductions have been really realized by a client. Is the client delighted one or a dukhi one? Sad? No, he's a delighted one because he could have not thought, he could have not imagined this kind of prices. Prices up to rank of 45, 57%, unimaginable. But this is a factual. And this is, if somebody has got doubt, we can connect with the client and you can get the feedback. Success story of another procurement is you can see that the prices reductions are certainly up to 9.45 and somewhere it is even 0.448. But price reduction after having negotiated physically through the reverse auction has become a way of doing the business. I can tell you that even in banks, commercial organizations, any organization which is not having industrial operations, any organization which is just functioning, you can operate your AMCs, your computer maintenance, procurement, all even canteen facilities through the e-auctions. I'm just giving some few ideas. When we can discuss, I will tell you, you can do e-auctions A to Z. This is another procurement. And you can see quite good prices reduction even in this case also. The client is extremely happy because possibly they could have not thought. Ranging from 3.65 to 10.83 is a very good price reduction. This is another transport auction. First time this transport auction is done by us for a very largest, one of the largest company, and the transport reduction, you can see this price is 4,5850. Their expectations were 4,000 and we have given them 2,850, 28%, 22%. It is 23%. Is it not extraordinary? Yes. Who has resulted it? E-auction. Success story of another transport auction where it is the auction which is matured. In spite of conducting this kind of auctions repeatedly, you are still in position to achieve notable price reduction. There is another success story of a contract finalization. People see office electric and networking, the total complete factory or office or anything complex is to be renovated, to be or a new accommodation is to be installed, you can see what kind of reductions are achieved. This is actual. These are all actual. These are not fabricated. And I'm sure somebody for the company who for whom we have done this, the authorized senior representative must be watching it. So you can have a confidence, faith, belief that these are the actual achievements, not the something which is not true. Another door to door. I was talking of international shipping. You can see from Bawal to Italy and different locations within the Italy. What kind of prices in it is ranging from 25.4 to 13.95. It's again very good prices. Those organizations which are not going for e-auctions are missing something. Success story of sale and disposal. This is a very, very appropriate. If you are having any machinery, equipment, any kind of land, anything which is a non-moving, any factory, any item which you are not in position to sell, e-auction is the right because it has got many buyers. And you can see in the disposal also 900 tons getting 20% extra price, 23%, 19%. You see, even 13%, it's very good. This is all there, right? Aluminum cable scrap, 14% more it has got. Item is scrap copper scrap. 35% more price has come in comparison to the start price. This is something again wonderful. E-auction, hazardous material. I was telling you that these are done all because of through what you call it through the regulation, monitoring various certificates, and here also quite good because we are having huge number of buyers and sellers who are for the hazardous materials. It is another example, e-waste. Today, this has become an era of e-waste. It is controlled through a regulation, and you can't just sell it to anybody and everybody. You have to go to the right persons who are having necessary compliance certificates. They only have 36% more prices. Another paint company, one of the largest companies of this country, damaged paint. There is an increase of 65% and even 61%. This is certainly wonderful. Another case, old and unsafe alumina check bricks. Those who are working in the industrial organizations, in the steel plants, large steel plants, we have got large steel plants at the companies where the alumina brick, it is used in the refractories. And you can see what amount of price discovery has been 200%. Unimaginable, right? There's a huge experience of the e-auctions. I shared with you that I have authored books on the e-auctions. Only author available, you can see on the Google if any book is there. This is only Dr. Saraswat. And since I have authored books, so you can very well imagine that the experience also proportionately matching with that content and expectations of a book writer. And therefore, I can share that we have got a varied experience of e-auctions, and we are advising, guiding, recommending all our honorable friends, good well-wishers, and also people who are supporting. We are taking care of them because we have got the knowledge of this subject. And there are many lacunas. There are some companies who are fixing their price 4 times more than the market price. What is this? 10 times that auction is conducted. It's a horrible situation. It's really very bad. And I make a very open call to the people that be realistic. If market price is 100 rupees, you can always keep your expected price 15, 13, 98, but not 400 rupees. This is something abnormal. There are many, many things which are there. I have got huge deliberations to be made on each and every topic, but fact remains that please don't do negotiations after e-auctions, because that is not only unethical, but you are damaging yourself. It is a wrong thing. If you are not satisfied with the e-auction result, come back again, discover it. And it's a surprising that 30 people are participating in e-auctions and somebody tells that price is not okay. What a fun it is. If 30 people have participated repeatedly in the auction and best prices have been discovered, and you yourself individually tell that prices are not, this is a joke. And this kind of joke should not be played. My humble request and submission is that please be realistic in the business. Do not try to become millionaire only through the disposal or through the small procurement or sales. If that is not so, that you are not doing a right business. And I am speaking from this forum that sense should prevail. The business should not be exploited. There are many difficulties in making the e-auction successful. Somebody keeps a very high start price. I can tell you the EMD, the material cost is 10 lakhs rupees and the EMD is 7 lakh rupees. Who will give you this EMD? Why? There is no bad people in the business who will give this. So please change. Normally EMD is supposed to be as per the norms of the business. People go up to 10% based on the 4 years or decade of the technical and commercial experience internationally. I can tell you that security and EMD should not be unrealistic. That should be as per the normal norms, and then you are supporting the auction. Actually, there are many difficulties, but I don't want to cover up many things because I have taken a lot of time, and we will have another experience session where you can see this. These are the reports which normally we have devised based on our creative way, that how e-auction can help one client to have each and every kind of information, data, so that they can take a right decision on it. They can have also the possibility to make it analyzed at their end and take a decision. The Global E-Auctions website is www.globaleauction.com, and we have devised many kind of e-auctions, which are some proprietary in nature, designed and developed by us, and we are still in the process of developing more kind of e-auctions. I can tell you some of the audience, honorable participants, that there are many times situations where you don't know that what will be the expected price, and for that this zero starting price is devised, and this is just put on the e-auction. No price is given, and the market knows what is the price of this, and accordingly they start bidding, and whatever best price comes, that is the market price, and it happens that way. So this is what I thought. Rank auction is again something which is very important for you. Suppose you want to conduct a purchase auction where you don't want to allow your purchase price to be known to others. The rank auction will be conducted. Secret auctions will be conducted. Your auction will be successful. You can take a decision, but the prices will not be known. Sorry, I'm sorry. Prices will not be known, right? Okay, what is required from a client? Only specifications, quantity, and when you want auctions to be done, what is your expected price. That's all. Somewhere, if you are having some items, that also their photos also can be given, and that is all. I shared with you that please don't miss to read Treasure of Knowledge on E-Auction, authored by Dr. Saraswat. This book is available, and this is a book which will help you to focus on e-auctions more meticulously by virtue of the knowledge which will be automatically an input to your mind. We also have got a forum that we have got a institute for e-commerce, and we have some faculty who are teaching many of the even school students free of cost, just to develop, propagate the knowledge of the e-auction and e-commerce, and even industries also can ask for it, and that is there. So I'm here. I tried to expedite my presentation by cutting short many of the very important provisions of my presentation. But I had no option other than to do that. Now, we are available at Delhi. If you have got any particular query, you are always most welcome to write to me at the md global-auction.com. You can always mail any query to operation at the global-auction.com. We are available in Delhi, and we can have special sessions for the companies as per their need and requirement. And we will ensure that the knowledge is imparted for commencing the e-auctions, or improving the e-auctions, or taking some more initiative in area of the e-commerce. Now, I would like to also get Mr. Raju. I'm interested that I would like to throw survey of the feedback. Feedback. What is your
Yes, sir.
feedback?
Yes, sir. We will
Okay.
be sending the feedback soon to the attendees, participants, and will be generally there is a standard thing we'll be sending. And if you have any specific questions, you can ask the audience, and we can also add that specific question in the feedback form.
Yeah. So can I come out of the presentation?
Yeah, yeah. You can close the thing, sir, and you can open the forum for the question answers.
Yeah. Question answers. Please.
Yeah.
I would like to request all the honorable participants. First, I would like to thank you that you had the patience to listen to me. This is my personal achievement. And I also would like to request you that you kindly come forward with your questions and make a interactive session. I will welcome it. Just open your camera and make it unmute it, and then put your question, and it will be my pleasure to answer you.
So the forum is open for question answers. Basically, participants can ask questions, relevant questions. Dr. Saraswat will answer directly. And if you have any thing which you want to write, you can write to us, or you can write to them directly. Either way is okay. info@ipqc.in. You can send a mail or a message. We will forward it to Dr. Saraswat. Please go ahead. If you have any questions, please go ahead.
Mr. Puneet is also there.
There was a one
Please,
question, sir.
I
One question.
certainly expect a lot of questions.
One
Certainly.
question asked: is this a presentation shareable? There was a participant asked. So, if you want to answer that, please let me know.
Yeah, we can share, because knowledge should not be taken as secrecy. So
Okay.
we can you can read book. We can share
Yeah,
the presentation also. Only thing is, please do not try to mm, share it with others, because
yeah,
sometimes somebody may have some unwanted exploitation of the presentation, because presentation is a proprietary thing, but we can share it. If you write to me,
Yeah,
I will share.
yeah.
I will share
And
with copy.
is there any other? Yeah, there was some question. EMD. Somebody was asking what is the EMD amount percentage?
EMD amount, as I told, normally it you see a place where you want to dispose something. This is your need rather than not need of somebody. So
Okay.
you can keep low EMD. Suppose some item is there where you want to you have got trust on the people who, and those people who are participating in the auction, they are your regular business partners, so you know
Mm.
very well that they will not back out. So in such
Okay.
location, in such instances, you need not have EMD. I'm just talking something, I'm giving a view, but these are not the views which are applicable for all the companies under all the situations. But a place where you are looking for that parties will back out and you want to be 100% sure, then keep around 10 to 12% of the EMD, but not 20% or 50%. That is not right.
Okay. Is there any standard for a specific sectors like scrap related or something
No,
like?
there are no hard and fast rules, but 10% is treated as one of the norm.
Okay. 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 I
Any
think yeah, you
any more
answered that.
questions? Please put some questions.
Yeah.
I would expect some questions come. I will be happy when
Yeah.
somebody
This.
asks me a question. Please open your camera and
I'm just trying to identify the questions. So there are a few questions basically related to this. Uh, yeah, that's from the chat box. If
Mr.
anything is there
Suresh.
from
Mr.
the
I would
participant
like to ask
directly, they can
Suresh.
ask, unmute
I
and ask,
Yeah,
unmute
yeah.
and ask.
Sir,
Please
I have a
unmute.
question.
Yeah,
Please
there is
please
a one
introduce.
question from Madam Geetu. So please go ahead, Madam.
Uh,
Sir, hi. Good afternoon, first of all.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Sir, my question is that most of the time when I come across, like with a new buyer, they ask me what is the difference between, going for an e-auction. What is the difference? I purchase everything directly. So sometimes I get stuck. I don't have, like much to explain to them. Then what is the difference? So how to convince a buyer to go online and make it make it online instead of going directly purchasing. So how to
Yeah,
convince buyer?
yeah. Convincing is very easy. Today I have given though it is not a marketing presentation, it is basically convincing about the e-auctions, that is online. So I have tried to put all kind of references, benefits, advantages, ease of doing business, best prices. If these are not attracting somebody, and if somebody wants to remain with the offline, nobody can help. If somebody is seeing a ditch and you are cautioning the fellow that don't move forward, you will fall in ditch, and still he goes there and falls in the ditch. So that kind of situation nobody can convince. But if somebody considers that his order is important for him, money is important for him, the ease of doing business is important for him, the time is important, time is a money for him, so then he will get convinced and should not be a problem. So whatever today I have explained 1.5 hours is the complete capsule for anybody to explain it to such people.
Actually, there is one more question, sir. How much percentage agriculture commodities business is done through e-auction? So you want to answer that? Please go ahead, sir.
It is totally in infancy.
Yeah,
E-auctions in
yeah.
e-auctions in India have just started. These are just like a small portion which cannot be even counted.
Yeah.
Only few. There is a huge scope for e-auctions in this country. Only thing is, the persons who have to organize it, they should understand how to organize it.
Yeah, I
And
just I just add to your thing, sir. I visit APMCs. APMCs is the type of e-auctions. E-auctions not there, direct auctions they conduct, but it is not a transparent. There is a lot of transparency required in agri thing. What you said is correct. There is a huge opportunity to bring this more transparency in agri commodities. Please go ahead, sir, if you want to add it.
yeah, buyers and sellers can also instantly communicate with each other to reduce the cycle time of procurement. Somebody has TC, somebody has asked this question to me, or
Yeah.
rather, he has informed, and I would like to tell you that this question is not clear. What I have understood, possibly you are telling that e-auction is not required and they can
Mm.
talk to each other and reduce the cycle time. If I have understood rightly, then this question is that they cannot do it. In
Yeah.
commercial transactions, what is most important that you need to have the document. E-auction is a document.
Yeah.
Just
See,
talking something to anybody
yeah.
and everybody, it's not a business, home business. In
Yeah.
home you can do this.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
a local grocery shop you can do this, but not
Yeah.
in business. So this
Yeah.
is my all question. Then there are some, Sarji, I have a meeting, I have to. Acha, okay.
Okay.
Then can we
There
get
is
the copy of
a
this?
last question we will take. Is there any question? A last question. Sir has to leave. So if you have any specific question, please address directly to Dr. Saraswat.
Yeah. Please come for. Please don't shy. It is an opportunity for everybody. When I can talk 1.5 hours, you can at least put your question for 1 minute.
Sir, e-auction is always profitable for the business, or
First, you
sometimes it is not.
kindly introduce so that I can understand that.
Sir, Ronak Parekh.
Okay, हाँ रोना पारिक, हाँ जी रोना जी.
Sir, e-auction is always comfortable for the company or profitable, or sometimes it is not profitable for the company.
It is always profitable. It is always underlined profitable. But profit can vary with the strategies. If you are doing e-auction through a right forum, right portal with the strategic people, then your profit can be on higher side. But if you are doing it just like that, then also you will get the profit, but it may not be to that extent.
Okay, okay, sir.
Any more
Okay.
questions, Mr. Parik?
No, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
Sanjay Kumar.
Yeah, anybody else? Mr.
Yeah, there
Chandani,
is a one
Suresh?
more question from Mr. Sanjay Kumar. Please go ahead, Mr. Sanjay.
Yeah. Sir, basically we are using this e-auction
Please
portal
introduce
from
yourself. Please introduce yourself.
yeah,
Please.
myself Sanjay Kumar
From?
Berger Paint.
Burger Paint.
Okay.
Sorry. Burger
हाँ,
Paints.
please.
Yeah.
हाँ, संजय जी
Actually,
बताइए.
we are using this portal for last 2 years.
Hmm.
Initially, we are getting good response,
Right.
but now in these days, when we do last 3-4 auctions, we found that the same buyers are repeated. No new buyers are adding by the portal.
हाँ, सर.
So due to repeated
Automatic.
buyers, we are not getting the good result of.
Dispose कौन? हजार.
Yeah.
अच्छा.
Yeah, I
Okay.
understood. Sir,
Okay.
his question
Okay.
is
So we are
Okay.
not getting the good response from
Mr.
the auctions.
Sanjay,
Yeah.
I told you that the basic requirement is that one should try to connect. But in item, there are always, how much business is there for particular commodity. What is the level of business in that particular area? What is the level of uh, volume of business? And how market has behaved. There are many variables which are there. You will appreciate that today the market situation is very dynamic. Few of the commodities are getting very good material from the import source, even at cheaper rate. There, this kind of problems will be faced, and one has to face the reality, right? Normally, local supplies from this kind of situation certainly will be a costly one than the imported one. So this is something which there, and particularly I know for sure whatever you are telling, that is there, but it always depends on the market scenario, right? Anybody else?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So can we, sir, is anybody there to any questions you want to ask? Or can we?
Mr. Suresh, are you there? Can you tell something? Mr. Suresh
Yes,
Chandani,
sir. Good afternoon,
हाँ
sir.
बताइए. Good afternoon.
Sir, nice to connect with you.
Thank you.
Sir, we are already getting lots of experience from your side because recently we have organized auctions and getting good price from your side.
Okay.
Okay. Sir, you want to roadmap, you want to share what is the next thing so that we can
Next, we
plan
will
those
have
things. We can.
some discussions on the start bid price, how to fix it, how to connect new people, what are the strategies, then what are the processes, as I have explained,
Okay.
how the terms and conditions should be. So there are various topics on which we can have more discussions.
Oh,
There is
okay.
Mr.
Okay.
Srinivas Rao. I want to have his feedback. Mr. Srinivas Rao, Mr. Bhatia, Mr. Puneet Bhatia, have you understood something about it?
Good afternoon to all, sir. Myself, Srinivas Rao from NHPC. It's very fortunate, sir, to participate in this program. We surely benefit from this program. We gained knowledge about e-auction. We are already working with GEM Government e-Marketplace.
Right.
We learned new things also about
Okay.
security, safety, and reserve price setting, realistic prices, everything. We will surely get benefits, sir. Thank you very much for this.
Can you share your number on this? I would like to interact because your chairman is personally known to me, personal friend of mine.
Sir, my
Okay,
number
sir.
is
We'll get that detail, sir. Don't worry. I will
okay.
share that
Yeah.
detail.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Bhatia. Mr. Bhatia. Mr. Tapas was there.
Yeah. Any questions from audience? So, sir, can we, if there is no question, can we conclude, sir?
Yeah, we can conclude.
Okay. So, thank you, sir. Thank you for your time, valuable time, and it's a fantastic presentation. And really, audience really understood the terms and those terminology, basically e-auction terminology. And probably it is a beginning for many of those professionals. Definitely, we need to plan probably workshop or webinars in the coming days, advanced topics. So really, they can implement this in their organization coming days. And IPQC take this opportunity to thank all participants who were shown interest and participated. And a special thanks to Dr. Saraswat for his valuable time and a lot of effort he has put last at least 2-3 weeks. So, thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable time.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you.
all of you, for having patient listening. And I will be happy if people have understood even 1% of what I have shared.
Yeah.
So that will be my personal achievement.
Yeah. So we already we left the email ID. If you want to share the thing, you can send the any specific requirement, we will pass on that to Dr. Saraswat in coming days. Thank you so much. Please visit our website for the next thing, whatever we plan, we will be communicating that regularly through online, and our website will be updated with the contents. Thank you so much.